October 29th, 2016. It's 6 o'clock in the morning, so I'm a little bit sleepy. My name is Keith Duncan. Behind me is Babaiwan Elementary School, which is also the website name. They need complete rebuild, just like the rest of the educational systems. For indeed, this is the paradise of the Philippines, as we do a little spin around. For indeed, this is the most fertile land in the entire world, reminiscent of the Nile Delta, the bread land of America, and the other river systems. When they flood, they create huge amount of nutritional, organic soil that'll grow anything, including corruption. And I've stated over and over again, including all the churches that I have visited and ministered to, that corruption is the #1 world problem in the entire world, focused on cybercrime terrorism, that's solved by solutionbankfraud.com, that I delivered to the Central Bank of the Philippines yesterday, revisited their regional director of the Department of Education. I'm actively working with Philippine National Police, their NBI, which is their National Bureau of Investigation, equivalent of FBI, as well as their military, their armed forces, their massive major network of commissioners. President Duterte, the Vice President, Governor Mamba personally knows me. Jonathan Camcam is in dramatic and immediate need for funding support in the city of Amulung, which is behind me. I'm asking the entire world to send mission teams and missionaries to the Philippines to rebuild this as the #1 paradise of the first corruption-free and drug-free nation in the entire world. Because the United States government is the most absolute corrupt and evil antichrist organizations, along with corporate executives. This all shared, no, solved with ProfitShareholders.com, which is one of the bases for why I was kidnapped by all these criminals, denied every single one of my rights, including the right to face my accusers in the public court of opinion law, as we put video cameras in every single courtroom and deposition room, this open live feed to the public, and they electronically vote guilty or innocent. For indeed, all these people pass judgment, and it's a shame, a crying shame, that they get away with passing judgment on others with never ever looking at the evidence. They've been convinced by their greed. They've been bought off by the criminals. Anyone who has enough money can pay off anyone else because everyone else has a price on their head. Yes, all criminals have a price on their head of their criminally acquired assets that are used as rewards for everyone who turns them into law enforcement. It's called being a whistleblower. I'm the ultimate #1 educator, like Jesus Christ, my Godfather, the ultimate prime advocate, the minister of justice and equality, by teaching everyone how to take care of families, children, women. Oh, that was the original accusation, was that I was stalking the #1 cybercrime terrorist in the world and the Black Widow, con artist, conspirator, Miss Pashama, named as Tammy Jo Shepard, aka Tammy Jo Austin, who's hiding out in Phoenix, Arizona with a $10,000 reward. Now, Robert Rose has a $2 million, yes, $2 million US dollar reward on his head. That money comes from the money he owes the IRS whistleblower, February 2009, case 658. All these people have been bought off, criminally in bed, prostituted, and they are now prostitute criminals with the rest of the most corrupt system in the world. Had a rooster that was crowing right now. We have quite a few here. This is the paradise. I'm inviting everyone to come live here, vacation here, resorts here. Huge, unbelievably true history of why Magellan discovered this place, 500 years ago, same time as Christopher Columbus started discovering America, the last frontier. For the last frontier is the Alpha and the Omega of Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit, and God. And it's quite okay if you don't believe in the name Jesus Christ. It's really okay if you don't believe in the name God or Allah or Buddha or all the other deities. It's important that you believe in each other, that you finally get together with the agnostics and the atheists, the Mormons, the INC, all the different religious groups, and work together. Work together. I was at the church service last night with INC, and they kept using the word, oh, you come to our indoctrination session, and you will finally understand that we are the one and only true church of God. And I'm like stunned. I'm going like, oh, every other church, almost every other church says they are the one and only true church of God. Which one is the true church of God? Well, the answer is God's church is everything you see behind me and in front of you. This is all God's creation. As it's 6 o'clock right now, and we're watching the sunrise here. I'm waiting for 400 to 500 million US dollars from the US government in actual, real, and punitive damages for Norfolk, Virginia 411 CR 112. And I will return to the United States when they host the press conferences to reveal who are the true criminals with Interpol URL ident, or any of the evidence on kashama.me. And people ask, do I work for the CIA? And I go, why yes. I work for Homeland Security. I work for the FBI. I work for all military. I work for all governments. I work for you, the people. I particularly work for all the churches to unify them as overseers, to oversee the rebuild of the entire world under one world government called UNIocracy.com. I'll publish this as quick as I can because we have no power for the next probably 4 weeks, maybe 2 months. I can't afford a generator. I can barely afford to buy food because I've just used the last of my 120,000 US dollars in the last 2 years cross-marketing God and you, my people. These are all the solutions that are on BuiltBykeith.com. I'm not the one that's ever making excuses. I'm simply showing in the form of a mirror who the true criminals are and how you can identify the true evil of the world and forever remove them, particularly the unrepentant criminals. Robert D. Rose should have been on death row 5 years ago, right after I went to Langley Air Force Base. No one's ever contacted OSI Christopher Weber. No one's ever contacted Lieutenant General Dash Jamison. No one's ever contacted anybody. Oh, we're too busy drinking. We're too busy smoking. We're too busy popping pills. We're too busy gossiping and passing judgment on everybody else. I'll close now and publish this as quick as I can. God does bless those who solve their own problems while fearlessly protecting the rights of all others.